Thank you for joining me, fellow Guardians. This is Sam from Multiverse Mission Control, and today's quest is Pyre. So, last time, we got Rookie out, and Bertrude joined the party. And we learned a couple things about Pyrehearts besides. And I think this time, yes, we're off to fight the Withdrawn. You rise early that morning. The Bertrude is already awake. She scowls at you. Good morning, reader. Bertrude, I trust your stay has not been too uncomfortable. Nay, Sandalwood. The comforts of this place are not for us. Fly us forth from here to lower ground. Let us get on with all of this. The reader here shall do so once the group is ready. I thank you for your patience. Hello. Soaring far above Sklorian shore. Yes. You notice Pyrehearts gazing down at the frozen cliffs below. That damned place down there. I like it least of all, among everywhere we've been. I'm thankful that there's been no reason to return. Reminds me of my home is all. The high-wing remnants. We grew accustomed to the thinner air, amid the cliffs that reaches the clouds above your commonwealth. But it was not the nicest place. Little wonder what my sisters settled for a rather warmer base of operations in this land, there by the nest of Triesta. Anyway, I'm pleased to spend as little time as possible near here. Let's fly on by and go on about our business. Righto. So we can land at Underking Pass. The north currents toward the hulk of ores run as quick as Underking ores himself. Bertrude believes she can find alchemical reagents she requires along this route. Fathomless Trench. The south current toward the hulk of ores teems with fish and other sea life. Volfred observes the waters on this route seem to be shining with stardust. Now that does sound nice. Ragged Rock. The north current toward Stormall passes by old carcasses of ships long gone. Sir Gilman expressed an interest in taking this route to the hulk of ores. Okay. Since Bertrude is the noob on the party, let's humor her. Besides, I don't want to think what happens when the alchemist doesn't get her ingredients. Poisoned in your sleep. Yeah, Wolf. Volfred is poring over a copy of the Book of Rights as you approach. He looks up at you and smiles. The Road to Freedom, written in a book that hardly anyone believes exists, and fewer still can read and comprehend. Sometimes I marvel how absurd all of this is, my kin. Tell me something, though. I've spent so much time considering the book, but known so few with whom I could discuss it in much detail. You've had some time to turn through it by now, so what do you think? Worth all the fuss? Volfred wants to know your thoughts about the Book of Rights. You find it fascinating. You have come across more than your fair share of books, but none quite like this. You find it tedious. It is an archaic volume dense with lore you are not concerned with at this point. You only skimmed it. You would rather reserve judgment until you have had more reading time. You cannot say. The Book of Rights is meant to be experienced and cannot be described. Well, it's true that as my position of player, I don't actually know a whole lot of what's in there. But you know, I am interested to learn more of the lore, I gotta say, so fascinating. Why not? You tell Volfred the book has fascinated you, and that you have never seen anything quite like it. He nods slowly as you describe your experience with it. I share the sentiment. To have in our possession a genuine artifact from a forgotten time, how much of it is exactly true, and how much of it is the scribe's retelling of events? I find it endlessly fascinating to consider, I must admit. He puts away his copy of the book with care. It is amazing that these volumes have survived for all this time, I think. Whatever they are made of has withstood the ravaging effects of time quite well. Skin of an elder god, that's what I heard. And the ideas there contained, they remain rather provocative as well. To think that the Commonwealth disavows the existence of this book, despite official recognition of the 8 scribes. Although the reasons why are in there, written plain. How fascinating that its secrets have been kept for all this time. Anyway, you'll have to excuse me for my extracurricular interests in its teachings. I used to teach a version of its history. To have access to the real thing has brought me some small pleasure. Let us be certain to preserve these volumes for whomever shall be next to use them. Naturally. He turns his attention to other matters and bids you good afternoon. Jodie's practicing lunges. Pamitha's looking for something to do. Bertrude is seeking darkness. Oh my god, the shut-in is real. Hikikomori, full on. Sir Gilman is standing watch. Faye is staring at the book. Yeah. Tizo is keeping watch from the crow's nest. I have to remember who I liberated as well. Wilfred's nearby. Sandra's wallowing in nothingness. Tariq is testing the waters. Alright. I guess we're good then. Search for reagents. Bertrude requires an assistant for her latest sorcerer's pursuits. So long as I'm an assistant and not the lab rat. The bog witch Big Bertrude knows much of things going unseen throughout the land, including things residing here within the boundless waters of Under King Pass. We have made note of thy willing assistance. Come along then, reading one. Why she requests your company in such excursions only she could say. Yet she does no such thing. She instead directs you to collect the foul ingredients she seeks. The reagents seem to disappear into her robes, and you return in silence. Later, you note a new talisman has appeared among the group's possessions, bearing Bertrude's unmistakable mark. It's not like I want us to succeed or anything. You acquired Living Flame. It was crafted with care. While Bearer's Pyre has more fire than the adversaries, Bearer's deals bonus damage +4. Ooh. Now that is interesting. Some old bog dweller sorcery keeps this bit of bottled flame from ever flaring out. So whenever you already have the advantage, you can just keep pressing it. Set it gently aside. Nice. I like the way you think, Bertrude. Yes, I intend to remain on top for life. So I do. Moving on. The Hulk of Oars. One of the downside celestial landmarks. You are to conduct the rites here soon against Udmildhe and the Withdrawn. Can't wait to hear what Bertrude has to say. You're trying to summon an elder god? Psh, noob! I'm messing with alchemy! I'm gonna get the entire friggin' Commonwealth drugged. Or something like that. Let's see, yeah, Slug Market first. Oh, hey guys, let me tell you something real quick. I know I haven't heard that Master Greentail, he's moved on or something like that, right? Yeah. Well, I just wanted you to know, he was one of my most favorite customers, and because of that, I'm giving you the same great deals, okay? No discount. Just the same great deals. How fucking noble of you. Have a berry. Okay, I think I want to keep the Living Flame and see what that does for me. Oh, no! It does just make sense to sell it at this point, doesn't it? Because Ruki's gone. He's not coming back. Well, I don't know that. There may be like an endgame event where he briefly returns. I don't know. In any case, it's got too much sentimental value to just toss away carelessly. Meh. Scoop. Bright light. Oh, interesting. See you guys again sometime soon, maybe. Okay, because I gotta say, you are my favorite customers I had all week. Bertrude? What's up? You approach Bertrude just as she is finished polishing the various bottles, flasks, and vials that your fellow exiled have collected during your travels through the downside. The evidence of thy travails. How brazenly put them on display. I need a drink before I do more dialogue. Especially with Bertrude's voice, you know, I'm trying to keep that rasp going. That can be hard after a while. The evidence of thy travails, how brazenly ye put them on display. Ye tempt these lands to swallow ye. She lets out a long breath. Nonetheless, these trinkets stir our memories, not merely of these lands, but of the country whence we came. Know, reading one, that we are here because of Sandalwood. We met him long ago within the southern bogs. Yes. He offered many courtesies, and in exchange we found agreeable. We sought then certain reagents necessary to our studies of the heavens and the earth, and he knew where to procure them. In exchange, we were to boil for him our finest inks, a certain recipe notorious yet secret. Its stain could never be removed. Oh, but the Commonwealth misliked it. 'Twas then when we first began collecting samples of the regions of the downside, for Sandalwood was ever true to his word. Long had we studied this accursed place, Black Basin, the chaos of the deathless tempest, the richness of the bogs of flagging hands, lands so far away, and yet they called to us. If Multiverse was able to traverse the downside in its entirety an age ago, then surely 'twas not beyond reckoning that we could do the same. Furthermore... But she hesitates. It matters not, reading one. Thou hast indulged our tales long enough for now. She wanted to geek out, but she doesn't quite trust me yet. She slithers away without further explanation. She seems reluctant to discuss the circumstances of her past with Fulfred, yet you sense that she is here by choice. Not unlike Udmildhe, although seems yours is a more academically sound venture, I would say. I must wonder if it would make sense to even liberate you, if this is where you want to be right now. Well, let's see. Do I get some reasons? Oh my god, I got everything. Maybe not the entirety of her history with Fulfred, but hey. So, she was an alchemist, Pyre, the 22nd of second moon, suggesting she is introspective and thoughtful. Yes. Okay. So, if you needed someone cursed or guarantees of fortune on a big day, or to consult with elder patrons such as Ulfimon Buried or Marsus Needle Eyes, he died repenting and did not linger in his grave for very long at all. It is widely held that nothing beneath the heavens is beneath his notice. Okay, you would go to see Big Bertrude. She was one of the most infamous alchemists of her day, and plied her trade right under the Commonwealth's nose without regard. Ironically, it was a modest-sounding request for printing inks that ultimately got her into trouble, resulting in her exile. In the downside, her reputation preceded her, and she resumed her practice. Crime conspiracy. She was accomplice to an illegal stamping press operation, providing inks and other materials. So Fulfred was getting books printed, which the a-hole Commonwealth people didn't like. Insurrection. The record states she demonstrated a willful disregard for Commonwealth doctrine. And she's been down here for 21 years. Alright then. Oh. Completely just derping out here. Let's put the living flame on you. That's the talisman you fetched out for us? Suddenly right you wield it. What's more, I should figure out where to put the stardust. I intend to be using more of Jodariel and Pamitha, and Tizo, of course. I want to groom Jody and Tizo for liberation. And I want to find out more of what's Pamitha's deal. So let's see. This is a 12. That is a 9. That is a 10. Let's give it to Tizo. I don't feel much point in upping Bertrude's thing, because I'm expecting Sandra to call her like any minute. for her own personal talisman, you know. So what do we pick up? Downside Travels. In the words of Jomware Manymane, the Alpha Chief, you cannot survive the downside if you cannot get around. Howlers shall descend on you, or tempests shall shear you to pieces. That's just the way of it. Traveling through the environs is no simple feat. Consider yourself blessed if you are born a cur. If not, however, you shall have to find a means to cross these lines without the benefit of 4 strong paws. Luce Glorian believes this untamed land can be traversed through means unnatural. I thought at first that he meant sorcery, but he suggests invention. He speculates that carriages could cross this land by harnessing its fury. A wild thought. In my case, my pause shall suffice. Yes, curs are pretty badass. I'll admit. I mean, you can look down on us 2 feet people. Okay, am I ready to kick butt and take names? I'm out of bubblegum, so I guess yeah. The mood is more dour than usual as you make preparations for the coming rite. A hush has fallen over your fellow exiles and a sense of dread hangs in the air. At least one of your companions is unfazed. Well, yeah, she's dread incarnate. Yeah. We sense the influence of one of our own. She is nearby. Her mind, corrupted, calls out screaming. Canst thou hear it, perhaps? She speaks of witch Udmildhe, the adversary whom you expect to face this night. The witch. She doth revere an ancient god undying and unyielding on this land, and on her consciousness. We may attempt an exorcism here, for the conditions are unique, and she may not be expecting us to be abetting ye. An exorcism? Interesting. Do tell. However, 'tis a risk, upon her mind and mine own, although a worthwhile risk, perhaps. So, like what? You can make her not crazy? That's a thing? Bertrude seems to think that Udmildhe can be weakened somehow through the coming rite. Well, I'm down for that. Let's stop the apocalypse, like, in its tracks here. Please. Then the stars above begin to shimmer with their strange light. Titan stars. There, the star of Yslach. Our adversary worships it, and whom it represents. Fixate upon that star-reading one. If thou so darest, invoke its power. Do so, and our adversary Udmildhe, she shall be emboldened, but also left vulnerable to our own sorceries. We may yet limit her ambitions thus. Interesting! So there's actually, like, an extrinsic reason for me to invoke the Titan stars at this time. The Star of Yslach, huh? Your adversary shall be more cunning and much quicker to react. Also, who is this? Unfathomed Plans! Archbeast Sungris. Yes, these are all nasty things. But this one I'm actually considering. So it's basically upping the difficulty, making the AI more responsive, huh? But if I do this, if I win like this, Udmildhe's plans might be stopped, and that means the world is safe. And then we can just get back to the rights as we were doing them. Like kicking Manly in the teeth, for example. Okay. You know, I've grown quite confident in my skill. Let's give it a try. Oh, Yslach. You don't ish at the end. My bad. Total bonus if you prevail, plus 10% enlightenment. Nice. Okay. Well, this should be fun, huh? Jody, Pamitha, Bertrude. Or possibly Tizo. Actually, can Bertrude participate in the rite if she's trying to cast stuff right now?
The much vaunted reader
Suppose we'll find out.
That would appear their ranks grow stronger. Consorting with the bog-crow Bertrude army. How very strange that you befriended her. At any rate, your adversaries in this rite shall be the withdrawn, put out their flame and walk the path to liberty.
If I run into trouble, I can cheap him out with Pamitha's flying ability. Hiss! What have we here? Ye have returned once more unto our presence. Hiss! We sense something among ye. Who? Bertrude slithers forth and gazes at her adversary. Thou maggot! We should have known! But Bertrude does not respond. Ye Nightwings! That one shall be of little benefit to ye. That one's sorceries are mere pittance to the overwhelming might of Yslach. Soon we shall see. Whatever. Okay, I have to use Bertrude. Hold a moment, reader. The crowned Bertrude slithers forth, wearing the raiments of the rights. Now that Bertrude is among our ranks, it would be best if you became familiar with her repertoire. You have no obligation to make use of her abilities, of course. Well, I want to! She's the noob on the party, I want to learn all about it. Good Bertrude. Besides, if it's anything like Udmildhe's blast, that could be fun. Please show the reader something of your aptitude. Yeah. We expect thou shalt be soon inclined to bring our sorceries to bear. Long have we studied these rites of thine. Let us show thee what we know of them thus far. Press square to pounce. Boing! Yeah, I remember being prey to that a couple times. R2 to slither. And blast! That range! Oh my god, that's ridiculous! Alright. Release circle while flashing to power blast. Ooh! Interesting. Power blast, huh? Timing is weird. Ah, darn it. I'm not gonna get that ever again in the moment. Oh, there we go. So it's like really fast when you do that. Yeah, I can see the advantage pretty clearly. Now then, reading one. Know that our freedom is of little consequence to us. I figured, by your story there. We side with ye because of Sandalwood, because of his plan. Huh. We shall aid ye in the rites, and we shall aid ye in that plan. Thus we are at thy disposal and await thy bidding. Why would you care about the plan, I wonder? But, Reading one. Thou invoketh the Star of Yslach. So then beware. Through our sorceries shall Udmildhe be cast into a hopeless doubt about her faith upon her god. Yes, please! It shall be done if we prevail, but only if. Our own mind shall perhaps be forfeit otherwise. Yeah, I did that without really thinking about the consequence, did I? But you were game for it. I guess the only thing I can do is not let you down. It seems that through the outcome of this rite, either Udmildhe shall be permanently weakened, or Bertrude shall instead. Then don't fuck up, Sam. Let's check the bio over here. Paganism madness. Yes, that's right. Capreist. Pyromancer? Oh, that can't stand. You don't take Quelana's beliefs and turn them into shit. Different world, I know, but the principle still stands. Oh, hers is the opposite of Bertrude's effect. The weaker she is, the more damage she deals. Well, I'm glad to have put that up then. Counter it out, I guess. Oh, damn. That's not good. Meanwhile, your cronies only have that one. But this means that when I start getting the upper hand, they can easily switch it back. Oh, damn. I don't like that one. Okay. We are in no mood to be fucking about then. Bertrude, get over here.
Bertrude.
Jody.
Jodian.
And Panatha. Because I want to get you to open up more about, you know, your shit.
Very well.
A fearsome adversary is a worthy one. Let us stand tall. Now then, Nightwings, you wish to mark Yslach. Ye in your infinite foolishness shall be among the first to suffer. Let's hope not. Okay. Gotcha. Ah, darn. Oh, darn. How did that happen? None of that, please. Whoop. Ah, darn. Ah. She mata desne. Okay. Not to worry. I love how weird my aura is. Ah, shit. Gotcha. Ah, blast. That's alright. You can make do. More cunning. Should have known it would be troublesome. Oh my god, that was too close. Mine. Mine, mine, mine. Dang. Ah, so close. Ah, that damn water, but it worked out. Too late. Boom! Eat the full dose of Jodario. Foolish. Callest thou a pyromancer, but he does no honor to the art. Whoop! Eat dicks. Alright. Here goes. Boom! Whoop! Oh shit. Warina! He tossed it and then tried to banish me. Neat. Whoop. I just flutter a bit and catch the orb. Because I'm a badass. Oh, Udmildhe! Oh, you're gonna have a bad time. One of our own. Seeketh ye the lifeblood for thyselves, yes? You wretched witch. Tampering with eldritch forces of which ye knowest not, ye forfeit everything for an abomination from the stars. Quainces, we thought perchance ye sought the true enlightenment, yet ye reveal yourselves to be as narrow as the things with which ye now consort. Yslach will devour ye as all the rest. Nope. Nope. In fact, if all goes well, you're going to have some serious doubts about that very soon. If, that is a thing that can indeed happen. Oh god, I was so close to just ending it right there. But I can get it. Oh my god, they derped into it. Yay! Woo! Oh god. Oh man, I missed it by that much. Whoop! Whoop! Oh, nope. 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 But the curvy blast might get him. That one wasn't just not paying attention. Okay. Get out of here. Oh crap. They got me instead. That's alright. Whoop! Haha! Don't mess with Jodariel, baby. Whoop! A bug. That didn't work. Oh well.
Well, I dare say.
The Hex of Defeat does quite a bit of damage. Right. No more cocky then. We do what we must. Nothing more. Pamatha! No, not. Oh well. What the shit?! Get dunked. Oh, damn it. So close. Done it! Yes! Come on, baby! Oh, boy. It's that geyser keeps messing me up. Get dunked! Get dunked! Does this signal the end of the withdrawn? I dearly hope so. I should remember to unequip that Titan Star for the next one. Lest it screw me. How can this be? How can this be? Yslach! Answer us! Yslach! Yslach! Witch Udmildhe continues with her screaming, having been defeated in the right. You observe Bertrude there, fixed in a meditative pose. There, Udmildhe, relent. Relent. Why do I feel like the bad guy? She was the one trying to cause the apocalypse. Thy god has not abandoned thee, because thy god is dead. Oh, I enjoy this far too much. Thy god is dead. Pray to him all thou likest, yet it shall do thee no good. As Bertrude recedes into the shadows, Udmildhe slumps down, staring at nothing before her. Impossible. This cannot be. Answer us. Answer us. Udmildhe suffered -5 hope permanently. May the scribes have mercy, because I sure as shit won't. And then everyone who participated got a bit more enlightenment. And Bertrude's got a mastery already. Beautiful. Thus does our grasp of ancient sorceries grow ever stronger still. Sate. The Hex of Defeat. You know, considering how badass that was, does it stack? I wonder. And the Hex of Victory. Oh, now that is interesting. So one makes it when more damaging when you have less, the other when you have more. What does the flavor text say for each? The Wild Witch would claim that for each of her successful stories, 10,000 others failed. Huh. Many sought out Udmildhe in hopes that she would either give them blessings or else curse their enemies. Yeah, you don't mess with the debuff people. Sudden Blast. The charge up time before Bertrude can use her Aura Blast is greatly reduced. Ooh. Greater Blast, at a wider angle. And Stubborn Flame. While Bertrude's Pyre has less flame than the adversaries, her adversaries deal -10 to her Pyre. Interesting. Meanwhile, Vital Pounce instantly recovers stamina after jumping. That could be nice. While Slithering, Bertrude uses 50% stamina and less stamina and moves 30% quicker. Or Feral Curse. After saluting, Bertrude can turn the adversaries into howlers. That one just seems mean. I know it would be useful, but I just know. This entire tree seems rather nice. Although I would like Hex of Victory. But yeah. That was too great to ignore. In fact, with the Living Flame as her talisman, she has both these effects active now. Neat.
Until the stars align.
I've got time for one more, I'm sure. Hopefully it's against Manly. Because if there's one person that I would want... I mean, Udmildhe is enemy number 1, but if she wasn't there, it would be Manly. After vanquishing the Withdrawn in the right, you return to the wagon to find Wulfrid and the Lone Minstrel in the midst of conversation. Most strange that this one star should be illuminated now. This is not what I expected. Nor I, Vulfred, sir. Then Vulfred notices you there. Reader, Tariq and I observed a strange occurrence in the sky is all. It appears the star of Khaylmer rope collar is illuminated now. Right, the savage. The traitorous former aide to the Emperor, his actions inadvertently led the 8 scribes to find each other. Oh. The first exiles came to these lands not by force, but by heeding the rope collar's deceptions. Huh. It is but another star, except our models and predictions of the cosmos did not anticipate this. Anyway, go see for yourself. I shall make the wagon ready in the meantime. Alright. You only see a single shining star illuminated far above. It is just as Vulfred indicated. You regard the looming star, discern where it leads. Khaylmer, the rogue star. The Pyrehearts. Well, I have no problem smacking you lot around. The rogue star burns bright over an isolated little island in the Sea of Solace. Sir Deluge is already on his way. Okay. But if that doesn't figure into your plan, what does that mean? Bad things, I trust. Wonder if I can actually poke Yslach while I'm here and turn him off. You've served your purpose, Titan. Be gone. And it doesn't seem like any other rites are taking place at this time. All the other landmarks don't have anybody. Well, what the hey? I'll beat the shit out of the Pyrehearts, why not? Let's check the planner quick. Huh. They are a step below the Withdrawn at this point. Chastity is getting dangerously close to overtaking the Fate, which I dislike, but I did have to stop the apocalypse. I mean, priorities. Other than that, I mean, I actually wish the tempers were higher, above the next 3 at the very least. But, oh well. It's not terrible. I just need to whack Manly. And it's gonna be 2 rights to the next liberation. So first we gank the Pyrehearts, and hopefully the Chastity are next. And of course I gotta get Sir Gilman on if we're facing the Pyrehearts again. So that means I should take Jody and possibly Bertrude. Then we are summoned to the Isle of Khaylmer, deep within the deathless tempest. According to the stars, the next rite shall soon commence here. The traitor Khaylmer Ropecollar fled to this strange isle and met a fitting end. Have you been there before, Tariq? So long ago, I scarce recall the time. Only the scent. It is the place from whence the creatures native to this land sprang forth. Reader, let's not concern ourselves with superstitions held about that place. We'll set forth at dawn, and soon see for ourselves what to make of it. The Greater Titans, Yslach Astralborn. Hey, Bertrude! You're smiling. That's neat. You are unaccustomed to seeing Bertrude smiling, and yet there she is, doing just that. You soon see why. You have observed before how her manner seems to soften to the degree it can whenever Vulfred is around. You like each other. If only I could have seen their faces then. What was your secret, dare I ask, dear Bertrude? It appears that they are reminiscing about old times in the Commonwealth. Flame-resistant inks, Sandalwood. 'Twas the inks themselves which kept those volumes from being burnt to ash. Flame-resistant inks, of course. The good officers who came to visit, they were so intent on burning all the evidence, they did not stop to think the evidence was fireproof. Alas, that they later found a way to burn thy stamping press regardless. Thy written words, they moved us many times, and many others whom we knew there in the southern bogs. No matter, dear Bertrude, what's done is done. At least we made it difficult for them, is that not so? While introducing some of our fellow citizens to new ideas. Yeah, perhaps. My words would not have reached near half as many were it not for you. Not to mention how I managed to elude them for another decade or so. I am ever thankful for your sacrifice. Thy thanks shall not be necessary, Sandalwood. Well, you shall have to take them from me anyhow. Thank you, Bertrude, for helping to fulfill a modest author's dreams. What good's a stamping press without good inks? No good at all. They exchange a laugh at this, but then... Even still, and through this new ordeal, thou hast no love for us, is that not so? Bertrude. Nay, we understand full well. Thou needst not further explain thyself. There are different kinds of love, Bertrude. On that account, thou hast nothing to teach us, Sandalwood. They each remain silent for a time. Our hearts, they cannot be controlled, Bertrude. Blasted things they are, they act well on their own. At least until I get my alchemy in you. I mean... He puts away his pipe. I am blessed to have you in my life, back in the Commonwealth and here as well. I mean that, although I know that it is not enough. At first, Bertrude seems to acknowledge this in any way, but does not seem to acknowledge this in any way, but then... Nay, Sandalwood, it is enough. It is enough. She departs without awaiting a response, brushing past you as she goes. Wolfred soon turns away as well, politely bidding you a good evening. The two old friends have evidently managed their way past certain tensions in their long-standing relationship. They rather seem to draw a certain strength from one another. Alright then. Pamitha's eaten with Sir Gilman, Sir Gilman's eaten with Pamitha. Faye's playing in the water. Tiza's giving himself a bath. You know, that's something. Like, Sir Gilman went through hell in the Spiral Sanctum, and he's cool with the bird people. Why did it take Jody so long to lighten up? Yeah, well, Drake's strumming a tune. Sandra's waiting for something to happen. Okay. Alright. The Greater Titans, in the words of Under King Ors, the Sea Sojourner. And with that, that's all the chapters revealed. Interesting. We got Gull. We got Jomware. Melith. Sklorian. Ors. Sorry, I want to read this part as well. Mer. Haub. And Trista. No Khaylmer, though. Apparently nobody likes him. The Greater Titans, in the words of Under King Ors, the Sea Sojourner. The stars shine strange beneath the sea. This one dared rise from the waters so that he could see them plain, the burning essences of those who came before. Our lives are but a quest to join the stars. The one longed to be the brightest. This one longed to be the brightest. But in the downside, this one met those whose own stars shall doubtless burn at least as hot. Together we achieved great deeds. You may have seen some evidence of it. The remains of the Greater Titans, which once darkened the Dark Land, but in our kinship was the strength to conquer them. It is this one's humble charge to chronicle those deeds, and may the Titan stars never stain the sky during your time. Except when this one did. Whoops. Yslach Astralborn. The foul name of the Star Titan is written here but once. Do not invoke it lest you aid its reawakening. It sups upon despair and fear and doubt, and lands such as our own. 'Twas our mighty Mistress Melith which tracked the Astralborn monstrosity within its loathsome pit, where it lay nursing wounds sustained from traveling across the stars in search of simple prey. The wicked Astralborn could drive a lesser creature to the brink of sanity with a mere passing glance, but not Melith. She cast upon the fiend 100 words of binding, each one more binding than the last. With the creature's incandescent skin, we bound this book, and bound ourselves unto the stars. Hot damn! All the bog people are scary. Okay. Not that I needed much evidence of that. So, we're gonna go kick the Pyrehearts' ass. I'm fine with that. Wolfred joins you as you soar high above the storm-ravaged waters on approach to the infamous Isle of Khaylmer. Among its cursed qualities, it seems this wretched storm means I cannot rightly smoke. One of the downside's small misfortunes, I suppose. The wagon's drive-ins seem not to mind, at least. In fact, they seem more animated now even than usual, sir. Perhaps they feel some sort of connection to this place. Tariq, do you suppose the Pyrehearts were able to make it here intact? They ought to have seen it in the stars, though we soon shall know for certain. That we shall. Take us in, please, reader. Of course. Sharp shoal over here. An icy floe near the Isle of Khaylmer, sturdy enough for landing. Sir Gilman believes the conditions here are right to train in the ways of the Sea Dominion. And I do plan to use you pretty soon. We are facing your old boss, after all. Or Barb Reef, an old exposed reef off the coast of the Isle of Khaylmer. Tizo suggests this route looks clear, so you should have time to pursue your vocations. You know, I do want Tizo to stay strong. And I want my vocations. Shit. Sorry, Sir Gilman. Page revealed, Deathless Tempest. You make landing within the Deathless Tempest, far west of where you first reached through to the shores beyond. You wonder which sort of celestial landmark lies hidden amid these waters, though for now you have some time left before continuing onward. Global bonuses, baby! But first, anybody doing stuff in here? Well, this thing. Deathless Tempest. In the words of Molten Malith, the Wild Witch. We waited for the Deathless Tempest to subside. We waited, but the Underking he merely laughed and laughed, for the Deathless Tempest does not subside. What lies beneath that stretch of sea to cause such an upheaval is best left to myth and speculation. We made passage nonetheless, through sorcerous aid and fortune, scarce seeing the surrounding environs. We did detect a landform to the west. Solium Mur detected there the presence of the treacherous aid who lured him into exile, and then followed him in turn. Mur, in his wisdom, thought it best to be avoided. At last did we arrive on distant lands, though seeing them provided little comfort. Okay. And what's this, Sparkly? A tiny tempest. We have a tornado in a jar. I feel like a kid again. Pamela's watching the skies, speaking in tongues. Nice. Getting impied with Faye. Out on a short flight. Smiling to herself. Humming a melody. Okay, cool. Everybody is chill. Explore Barb Reef. You meet up with Tizo, who suggests you go ranging with him through Barb Reef, an old exposed reef off the coast of the Isle of Khaylmer. It used to go by Barbara, but decided Barb sounded much less formal. What? The reef named itself. Claro? Tizo wants you to join him for a walk. Of course, buddy. Together you set out to explore the boundless waters around the Black Wagon. You find little to speak of other than desolation typical of the downside. Scree-hoo! Tizo seems ready for a nap and wants to head back to the wagon. You and Tizo make your way back to the wagon. Though uneventful, your search helped ease the burden of weight on you, and leaves you with time to pursue your vocations. Global bonuses, baby! But first, I gotta talk to someone over here. Hi, Tizo. What's up? You observe Tizo rummaging about the Black Wagon as though in search of something. He notices you there and rushes to greet you. Cree! Tizo is glad that you are here. He was just reminiscing about old times. But just as quickly he resumes his search. Tizo is looking for something a former exile the Nightwings once gave him. He is growing frustrated that the object he seeks is nowhere to be found. You almost do not notice the lone minstrel's approach. I am afraid that it is gone, Tizo. I am very sorry. Reader, it is nothing that ought to be cause for much concern. Merely that Tizo has misplaced something of sentimental value to him. Screeock! It was just a spare bandage, he indicates, exactly like the one on his horn. Aw. Tizo here has had many adventures with the Nightwings. Is that not so, Tizo? He squawks in approval. Those memories shall always stay with you. Is that not what matters most of all? He confirms this as well. Then please do not worry yourself about it anymore. It is a symbol of a distant past besides. Tizo skulks away up into the rafters. The lone minstrel watches him go. The object that he seeks does not exist, reader. Tizo searches for it from a fleeting memory of his days with the Nightwings of the past. He performed the regular duties of other drive imps at first, but soon distinguished himself. I was none too surprised. He was clearly special. He had grown close with the other members of the Nightwings when misfortune fell and the triumvirate fell apart. Perhaps Wulford has revealed to you more of the details. As for Tizo, I feel he must make peace with the shadows of his past somehow. Perhaps then he shall cease searching. You need not worry for him, of course. He is resilient, and shall always serve the Nightwings well. You might say that he was born for it. Begging your pardon, reader. The lone minstrel excuses himself in his polite way, leaving you to consider what he said. I feel like only Tizo should say if the thing he's looking for doesn't exist, you know? Pamitha's nowhere to be found. Bertrude's concocting enchantments. Jordariel's training the imps. Sir Gilman's out for a swim. Faye is trying to stay dry. Sandra's doing nothing. Let's check Tizo's bio. It doesn't... Well, Torvand. He is steady and collected. Other than that, not much was revealed. Oh well. So, global bonuses, baby! Give me some of that. This afternoon you feel especially drawn to the Book of Rites, and find a place to look upon its words. Through greater understanding comes the reader's influence. Well, presence is the only thing left. I've already gotten those two up to 2. I still have nothing of righteousness, but don't worry, that's next time. The innate mystic power. The textures of the pages of the book, the foreign bindings, despite the volume's age, it shows so little sign of wear. At times, the power emanating from it almost overwhelms you. Inspiration comes to you in a flash. Tenacity! +2 presence. Bueno. Right. Let's go kick some deluge ass. Sorry, chugging coffee. A messenger imp with news and rumors from the other side comes huffing toward your wagon, here in the tumultuous waters of Deathless Tempest. Go you, buddy. You let it in and offer it some light refreshment, as Ruki would have done. The imp's message turns out to be about him. You learn Ruki's past transgressions have all been forgiven since his return to the Commonwealth. He was even offered a well-appointed home in place of business. It must have represented just the kind of lavish lifestyle that Ruki always claimed to have had for himself and his extended family. Eventually, and somewhat reluctantly, however, he refused the gifts. Instead, he tracked down Wulford's agents and gave them ample information, thus emboldening their ranks. Aw, Ruki. You're too good, mate. That must have been hard. Especially where your mum was concerned. I'm sure that would have been a nice place for her as well. The last bit of the message sounds as though it was transcribed word for word from something Ruki said. It simply reads, "The rest of you better get back here soon or else!" You thank the messenger imp for the report. Soon it has all your companions talking. Ah, the noble Ruki! He sets a shining example unto us all! Don't you think he must be sad to have turned down a house? I hope he isn't sad. Rahi! Hariki! Tizo is happy to learn that Ruki joined the revolution in the Commonwealth. It seems that Greentail had himself a conscience after all. Hard to believe he would have turned down living in that kind of luxury, though maybe he got used to it out here. We understand this Ruki holds no small degree of influence, at least among his kind. The news of Ruki's liberation fills you and your fellow exiles with newfound resolve. The messenger imp accepts some scraps to eat from you and rushes off. I should check the plan. Your companions gain +1 hope for the next rite. Wish Ruki luck. Later, Space Cowboy. Well, he could be Space Cowboy. He's smarter than Spike Spiegel. Your wagon shudders to a halt at the Isle of Khaylmer. Bizarre outcroppings give it a forbidding feel. In the distance you hear odd gibbering noises that sound like tribe imps? Okay. Got a page and got a thing. Well, guys, how'd you find me all the way out here? I mean, this is for special customers. I'm only joking, You're the only customers I got. Got you again. Only joking about that too, because I got tons of customers. It's just they already bought a lot of stuff today, so they're not here, okay? Anyways, I just got in a little something here which you might be into. Been hearing about these little numbers for a while. Check them out. He reveals to you a twin set of rings, Jeweled Band and Ruined Band. Grants the bearer +2 presence, quickness, and hope. Lovely. At the start of a round, briefly gain infinite stamina if an ally has Ruined Band. Which... similar. Same exact. Huh. Well, that's interesting. Thinking these singers are supposed to be for a couple of lovebirds, know what I mean, huh? But anybody could probably use them, provided they was to buy them off of me. Duh, I was gonna get them for myself, but... anyways, let me know if you want them. That's certainly interesting. I'll consider it. But for right now... actually... that's too important. I don't know. Might give that to Faye. But it only works if an ally has it as well. Oh no, that's too important. And that, yeah, I can't get rid of that. And... that's pretty neat. Nope. I can't. Sorry, Ron. Thanks, guys. Good luck in that thing you're going to tonight. That thing we're going to tonight. The Heavenly Rites. That thing we're going to tonight. The Isle of Khaylmer. In the words of Loose Glory and Hundred Minds, the scholar. The traitor Khaylmer rope collar. Whereas he brought about our empire's fall, whereas he nearly claimed the life of our dear Solium, we forgive him. We have forgiven him. We give a certain thanks to him, for he has played a vital part in the star's plan. If not for him, then we, the Eight, would never have aligned. We never found the rope collar. He fled into the sea, towards an isle which we knew well, to avoid. 'Twas there we think that Khaylmer's tattered mantle finally did him in, among the wild imps. Should the stars ever converge about that isle, it shall be to signify that their long dance across the skies is drawing to a close. So there are wild imps here. Good to know. Good to know. Okay. Gotta have Sir Gilman on the party. Gotta keep Jodariel on the party, because I want her on the next Liberation Rite. Gotta keep Bertrude's level going. I would love to learn more about Pamitha, but now is not the time. Unfortunately. And I gotta remember to turn off Yslach. Everything is set for the rite to commence, and all is quiet amid the dark waters at the Isle of Khaylmer. All there is left to do is wait for nightfall to set in. You observe Sir Gilman sliding back and forth, back and forth. You sense something is weighing on his mind. This night is not a night at all! No, brah, you just had a shitty lead commander, which you're gonna get to kick the shit out of in like 2 seconds, so don't worry. This knight betrayed his former commander, oh fuck's sake. Abandoned his brethren of the Sea Dominion. But, what is knighthood even? What is knighthood if it means having to follow such a craven as that Sir Deluge? Exactly! That's what I'm saying! Cease this nonsense, Gilman. Focus on the right! Focus on the right! Focus on the right! He notices you finally. Oh, Master Reader! This knight did not see you there just now. Such was his preoccupation with the task at hand. Know that this knight stands prepared. He has no misgivings whatsoever when it comes to battling his ex-triumvirate. Please consider letting this knight participate, for he has honor to restore. But of course, my friend. Then a glimmering within the sky draws yours and his attention. Okay, Yslach, beat it. What's this? Lord Gandroth. Cool name. You were the very first thing I saw when we were doing rites. You dead. Okay, you all dead though. Whatever. Gilman, Jodariel, Bertrude. I'm just thinking how that's gonna play out. Gilman's got the jumps.
A glorious eve to you as ever, O you exiles. exiles of the Nightwings. The 8 scribes dragged you all the way into the blasphemous Isle of Khaylmer. Here you are to be surrounded by even more gibbering nitwits than usual. The adversaries you are to confront shall be the Pyrehearts.
What's with all the imp
Set
stuff?
fire to a smolder and step
This looks like a proper soccer field.
Now prepare yourselves.
Cool.
Gilman! Still not abandon your new friends like all your other duties and responsibilities?
Sir Deluge wrestles with his mask for a time.
This knight is most surprised that you have the courage even to show yourself.
Yeah, you don't get to mock Gilman for courage, you piece of shit. You speak of courage, Sir Deluge, but this knight has little else to say to the likes of you.
That figures, Gilman. You are no knight at all. You are a teensy minnow swimming in a sea of minnows many, many times your size, and with much more honor, too.
Then something comes over Sir Gilman. But just as soon it fades, Sir Gilman slinks away. Yeah, don't even stoop to that guy's level.
Disgraceful! You Nightwings, you are stupid to have taken that one in, and you are no good at the rights.
We whipped you, what are you talking about?
And another thing, we do not fear you!
Yeah, you have to scream it to the heavens to prove it's so true, huh? Right.
Now we shall get started.
Gilman! Kick his ass.
Sir Gilman,
Jody!
Joe Daniel,
And Bertrude! Get swole.
Bertrude. The choice is
Yeah, you wretched little beings would be wiser not to threaten one of ours. Come then, Nightwings! Show this knight how you defend the honor of that miserable minnow whom you harbor. On guard!
I'll kick your tail, that's how. As the rite commences, the imps... Whoa! Throughout the cavernous area roar with excitement. Our struggles and our plan. Mere entertainment to these lonesome creatures. 43% still. Damn. Begging your pardon, sir, the imps of the Isle are quite passionate about the rites. Just now, they offered a bounty in soul if our triumvirate proves worthy. They would pay us? In exchange for what exactly? And where did they get the soul, for that matter? My understanding is that they wish to see us perform various feats of glory. Like achievements, huh? Flashy displays of mastery in the rites, which certain types of imps are willing to pay to see. As for the source of their wealth, who can say how much soul lies lost within the sea? Reader, it may seem beneath you, but the opportunity is real, if the soul could be of benefit. Indeed. Then, reader, my kin, it is yours to decide if entertaining these sad creatures is a justifiable distraction during these affairs. I really only want Stardust. I can't say that I'm purchasing much this time, but I might do it for funsies. But only if it doesn't interfere with the rites. I'll win first, before anything else. We trust your judgment. Now let us not distract you further here. Henceforth you shall be tasked with feats of glory in the rites. Salute the imps. Yo, fam! Well, God has already started. Banish 2 exiles on a single aura cast. Okay. No.
to glory.
That'll just happen if it happens. I'm not gonna torment myself with this. Let's go. Boom.
Somehow did it.
I'm sure Jodariel could pull it off if anyone. Boom. Get dunked, Sir Deluge. Damn! Wait, Max warned me about this. If you're too close to them when you banish them, they can banish you. That vengeful vow. Should watch then. Oh, everyone's down! No! Come on! But it's only Sir Deluge. The other ones didn't react to that. Alright then. Whatever. Whee!
Ah, sorry, imps. Gotta do what I gotta do.
The imps grow more and more agitated with each passing moment. Some start spilling onto the sacred grounds.
Ah! The imps! They come for us! What do we do? What do we do?
Get out of my way! That's what you do, Deluge.
This is a sacred tradition, not some...
Even the voice is pissed off at this. Oh boy. I'm guilty. I was trying to do the sacred rites. I mean, the feats of glory. Whatever they're called. Boom!
the name of Solium Myrrh.
You know, I have 11 flame left. Why not entertain the crowd a bit? Boom, fucker! Ah, the tail whip. Ah, sorry, imps. It's more important for Gilman's psyche that we win this. For sure.
Prevail. And what a crushing victory it was. The right is...
It certainly could have happened, but they were too quick. They were never in the same place.
Curse you, Gilman! You were a fool to abandon us, and now you only twist the dagger in our backs!
You still do not seem to understand, Sir Deluge. This knight is no longer beholden to the likes of you. This knight is bound only by the path toward enlightenment.
Your words ring false! You are unfit to lead! Shut up! You know exactly what you are, Gilman! You call this knight a craven, yet your courage is a mere facade, and everybody knows, this knight shall see to it!
Sir Gilman does not respond, although you sense the words of Sir Deluge got to him. No, buddy! Buddy, no!
What stirs now?
Come on, you're badass! Don't let that idiot bring you down.
Sir Gilman's not as foolish as his lowly...
This knight wonders at times about why we are here, and which forces have transpired to bring us together. Has Under King Ors himself taken an interest in this noble quest? I like this one, because that happened this time around. Alright.
Bertrude's lust for knowledge becomes manifest.
The strange designs of the 8 scribes, their everlasting sorceries are strong within this land, and we shall yet make further use of them, we think.
I like that. Okay.
Until the next round.
We'll target the next dude and then end the episode, I think. Please let it be Manly. I would dearly love not to be facing Manly in a liberation rite. I don't even want to entertain the possibility of what happens if I lose there. After you and your fellow exiles thwarted the Pyrehearts, you find the lone minstrel tending to one of your own. Sir Gilman seems to be unwell, although you cannot sense why. How are you feeling, sir?
This knight can hardly move, as though he has been transmogrified into a walking stick, or some such sorcery.
I see. Then please do not exert yourself, or try. The lone minstrel motions for you to come closer. Reader, Sir Gilman appears rather disoriented, and more fatigued than usual. Reported feeling not entirely present. Symptoms of banishment sickness. An ailment suffered by those who frequently conduct the rites. Debilitating but fleeting. The sense of loss and isolation during banishment sometimes extends beyond that time. Oh dear. He should soon be able to take part in light activities, I think, but under no circumstance shall he be able to conduct the coming rite. Alright. Now then, I ought not to keep you from the stars above. Please go and have a look at them, for all of us, I think, are anxious to depart this place. Really, he's not my focus anyway. I wonder if this happened because I let him get banished too much. Or if I used him to score too much. Oh dear. Really, I want to focus on Jody, Pamitha, Tizo, and Bertrude at this time. So. One more right to liberation, I'm sure. Right? We got Trista, Gull, and Malith all active. Let's check the planner quick. The fate and the chastity are ever as before. If it holds constant, I should be fighting the fate in the next liberation rite. Which is preferable. I like them better than the chastity. Let them have the shot at getting out of here. Okay. Well, in any case, Trista's got the accusers, who are already pretty low on the totem pole right now. I don't need to beat them into the dirt anymore. There you are, Manly. You're getting screwed. But just to be sure, who's that goal? That's the fate. Okay, so let the fate triumph, and let these guys get dunked on. Ah, the chastity and old Manly. He is without shame, the product of corruption that now festers in the Commonwealth. You and Volfred then go over what he knows of your next adversary. H. Manly Tinderstaff, the offspring of a semi-famous sap industrialist. He was born into wealth and lived in the lap of luxury, never having to fend for himself. When he came of age, he soon was offered cushy ambassador positions that required little more than a silver tongue to convince the Commonwealth that he was keeping busy. Yeah. Also, I heard from Max, if he wins a liberation rite, the team disbands. Like, he doesn't tell his comrades how to leave. He's just that dickish. He soon grew so proficient at doing nothing much at all, that he started spending all his family's riches to assert his fame and status. One day he attempted to pay off the wrong individual, a particularly stern Commonwealth diplomat who promptly turned him in and had him sent downriver. Manly was very disappointed by all this, but soon saw it in it an opportunity, for he knew well that in the inner circles, there were those who had gone into exile and returned. Thanks to his connections, he tracked down the chastity deep in Wakingwood. He finagled his way onto the triumvirate using his well-worn skills. He in turn convinced himself that he would earn a position of great influence once he secured a way back to his home. He continues making hollow promises. Our plan is going to prevent such characters such as Manly from coming to Pyre. Mark my word. For now, we ought prepare to seek the stars again, with adequate night's rest. You bid Volfred a good night and take your leave. It is too late now to prepare for flight, so you arrange to depart first thing in the morning. Roger that. Hey, Gilman. How you feeling, buddy? Sir Gilman is in a contemplative mood. He has been rather quiet, at least more than usual, ever since his confrontation with Sir Deluge. He notices you there and slides forth in a solemn manner. This night, he knows what he shall do, now when all of this is over, Master Reader. We Worm Knights, we are all born and raised to prove ourselves superior to all the other billions of our kind, to lead our lives, however short, with glory. From the moment we shove past our wormling brethren in their egg sacks, to the very end we are conditioned to excel, to prevail at all costs. This relentless pursuit of glory, of fame, of self-worth, it leads most of this knight's kind only to an early doom, or in the case of Sir Deluge, it leads to a life of falsehood. A life of low deceit, abusing one's fellow worm knights, shirking one's responsibility, living in constant fear. This knight cannot abide his former commander, yet pities him. There must be more to honor than to lead a life engulfed in endless conflict. Then he looks at you intently. This knight shall ever seek that honor out, when all of this is ended, Master Reader. Thus he vows to you, and he is ever grateful that your guidance led him to this new awakening. But until such time, this knight is duty-bound unto the Nightwings. This, the fulfillment of our plan and our pursuit of freedom, is to be his final quest. Oh, it went slightly up. Nice. For what awaits him afterward is no mere quest. The honor that this knight has sought, it cannot fully be achieved through knighthood, can it? It requires something more. I trust you understand. He slithers off, his head held high, though not merely in pride. Something has changed in him. Sir Gilman gained +2 presence permanently. Wish him well. Nice. So you getting more into like what you wanna do instead of like what everyone's been telling you to do. That's cool. Too bad you got the banishment sickness and I can't capitalize on that for Jack. Oh well. I still need to find out what Jody's deal is. God damn it. She's gonna end up like Hedwyn. I'm gonna send her out and not learn anything. The Pyrehearts all follow in the... Oh wait, this is Haub.
The Pyrehearts all follow in the path forged by the Underking Ors, whose many mighty deeds exceed the smallish stature that somehow contained him. His is the most spirited triumvirate, their courage unfaltering,
except when Sir Deluge is in charge.
their hearts full. They live always with vigor, and perhaps they die with it as well. They are the Underking's own kind, as at home above the sea as in it, never ceasing, ever longing as they do for something more. The Underking chose wisely for these qualities, and teaches that a life devoid of passion is a life devoid of life itself. That burning passion is the fuel that drives the Pyrehearts, and in turn us all.
Damn, all the teams sound so badass in the book, and then I look at who took them over and I just get sad. Panther's bathing, Sir Gilman's on the mend. Faye is humming softly. Get a fruit. Tizo is out for a swim. Sandra's considering new insults. Shriek is doing some cleaning. Wilfred is watching the seas, and Jody is resealing the hull. Everyone is keeping good busy. Okay. So, if all goes according to plan, next time. First we dunk Manly. Like, get him away from the top spot, please. And then we face the Fate and the Liberation Rite, and that is a team I would not mind losing against. So, yeah, it's kind of working out. Provided I don't lose the next one. Oh well. Yes. And should we triumph over the Fate, I'm sending Jodariel home. So that Hedwyn can fulfill his promise. The original triumvirate all getting out together. And whether or not I get out, I mean, that's still like 3 out of 4, right? Good enough. So, thank you all for tuning in. Please comment and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And remember, you all have the potential to get good. Peace out.